for the Lord. And so when the Lord traveled, he traveled in the same direction of the praise. And then the praise led them to the church. And then when he got to the church was messed up. And Jesus had to clean up the church because the church was uncontrollable. It was untamable. When folks thought they could do anything they want to do, somebody need to say amen. When folks get in position, think they still can do anything they want to do. But the Lord, I'm here to break you up. Somebody need to say amen. Amen, amen, amen. But when you sit on it, he broke it. But Pastor, I ain't broke yet. Maybe you ain't let the Lord sit on you long enough. Amen, amen, amen. Mark, come here real quick. Give me another. Give me another. Yeah. Mark, come here. Give me another. All right. That's my buddy here. Right here. Put your hands out here. Hold on, Mom. Hold on. I don't want you to fall off. I want you to hold on now. You hold on, Mom? Yes. You know what happens? What life does, it bucks you. Went to bed on Sunday morning. Sunday night feeling good. Woke up on Monday morning, got a pain in my chest. You know where it comes from. Life's trying to buck you. Working at a job for 21 years. They pat you on your shoulder and tell you that your service is no longer needed. Life's bucking. Ma, I'm running this thing, okay? But life has a way of trying to. But when you're trying to deal with the cares of this life, come here. Let me get your brother. Get your brother. See, but life is still trying to buck. But God always sends somebody back to help you out. Don't let him fall. Mom and dad are abusing you. And life is bucking you. But God said, I'm here to pick you up. Give God a hand clap somebody. Thank you, Mom. Life tries to buck us. In everything that we do. It's the devil's job to abuse us, to misuse us, and try to take every bit of life out of us. But you got to let the Lord set on you. When life is trying to buck you. You got to understand. I said this many times. I don't know why. I still don't know why. Maybe because folks just fault God. Just put blame on God when things don't work out. When things get rough in their lives, that they just want to get away from church. They don't want to deal with God or nothing like that. Do you realize if I got to crawl, I'm going to the Lord. That's the very time you got to be in the presence of God. Amen. When nobody understands what you're going through. But I'm here to tell you right now, if you let the Lord set on you, He's going to find somebody going to come by that you might not even never seen before in your life, that they're going to speak a word into your life. So never think that you're nothing. In spite of how your mama or daddy treated you, God, I still need you. You're still valuable to me. Somebody need to say amen. Give God a hand clap, somebody. Amen. And somebody help me up because I hurt my knee. Amen. The Lord, in spite of who you are, the Lord still needs you. Amen. 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 Like I said, and the thing about it, even though the coat was uncontrollable and untamable, there still was a need, there still was a purpose. Look how God, the Lord, used it, this uncontrollable thing. He rode it like he rode a Cadillac, going through the city. And folks would recognize who he really was. He was the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Somebody need to say amen. Amen. And after that transpired, folks continued to lie on him. They arrested him on a chunked up charge. And while he stood in the court system, they wanted him to talk, but he wouldn't even say a mumbling word. But when they said, "Are you the king of the Jews?" he said, "Thou sayest." Then they started whipping him. The Old Testament said they whipped him so much and beat him so much that you could not even recognize who he was. Then they said, "Crucify him." Do you realize they put a wooden cross up on his back? Yeah. Symbolizing we as children of God, we also have a cross to bear. Somebody need to say amen. Amen. Went all the way up on Golgotha's mountain, where they had ridiculed him. Me and my brother Charlie were talking this week. Even though they whipped him all night, they spit on him, took thorns, wrapped up, made into a crown, and pressed it down on his head. But they made a mistake. Yes, they did. They nailed him to a wooden cross. Yeah. It would have been all right, Cassidy, if they just laid him on the ground. But they made a mistake, Bishop. They made a mistake because when they put him on the cross, they lifted the cross up. The devil didn't even realize what he was doing because when they lifted up, Jesus said, "If I be lifted up, I'm going to draw all men unto me." Somebody need to say amen. And then as they put him up, thieves on both sides of him, folks that didn't have a care to this world but did wrong, and one realized that if you are the Christ, bring us down. The other one said to shut your mouth because we deserve what we have coming to us. But this is a righteous man. Jesus said, "Today you're going to be with me in paradise." And then they realized, Jesus said, "I'm thirsty." Instead of giving him water, they gave him vinegar. If I'm not mistaken, vinegar will help dry him up a little bit more. And then, after he did that, the scripture says he gave up the ghost. But before all that mess, Jesus said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." I know they abused you, Tony, but you still got to forgive them. I know they lied on you, Sherelle, but you still got to forgive them. The Lord said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." Somebody need to say amen. But when he gave up the ghost, he put his head in a lock of his shoulder. Told his Father, "I commend my spirit unto thee." I found out through I sing the statement of Alfonso Washington. It was not hard for Jesus to say, I commend my spirit when he gave up the ghost. Because when he was put into the tomb, that his spirit didn't go in the tomb with him. Because the spirit goes back to where it belongs. Now he said, the Lord, I want you to take my spirit. So the Father, his Father in heaven received his spirit. And then on the third day morning, when he came to anoint his body, the women got together and said, we're not even strong enough to remove the stones from the tomb. We got to find somebody. But when they got there, the stone was already rolled away. And he saw two men in white apparel. So he said, why are you looking for the living amongst the dead? This Jesus of Nazareth is not dead. Go back and tell his disciples. They ran back and told the disciples. They would not believe it, but they ran and saw the empty tomb for themselves. The gospel tells me that when they got there, they saw the napkin neatly wrapped. The napkin was neatly folded. Can I tell the folks? For the folks that don't understand. If you go to a fancy restaurant and they give you linen napkins, and then if you finish eating your food, you wipe your mouth, throw your napkin on your plate, and let your waiter or your waitress know that I'm finished. But if they come back and find the napkin neatly folded, that means I'm not finished. I'm coming back. When the disciples went in the tomb, they saw the napkin that was on his face, but it was neatly folded. It would let them know, I'm not dead. I'm coming back again. Somebody just say amen. And then in Acts, the first chapter, it lets me know when the disciples and Jesus was talking. Jesus told I look against you, tarry for a little while. Because I'm going to send a comforter. I'm going to send you the Holy Ghost. Somebody need to say amen. But the Bible tells me, in the midst of him talking to them, that while he was talking, the cloud came down and overtook him. And he stepped up on the cloud. And Jesus started to rise back and go to heaven. And the disciple was standing gazing. And that was the man said, why are you gazing? The same way he goes up is the same way he's coming back again. Somebody need to shout hallelujah. The Lord is coming back. In spite of what folks say, the Lord still needs you.